Anyway, folks, you might think this is another Yamaha, and you're not far away from what it really is in terms of where it was produced. This is another Japanese company that we're all quite familiar with. This is an Aria AW15. So the Aria company, also Japanese. The early ones are made in Japan. The newer ones are made, I think, Singapore, China, probably other places as well, Indonesia probably. And most of us have had some experience with the Aria brand over our lifetimes, including the Aria Pro guitars. But they were quite well known for their acoustics, and this is very Yamaha-ish in terms of its production value. It looks very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if it was built in some of the same factories. It has the same spruce ply top, a slightly different shaped pickguards. The only way you can determine the difference between this and the Yamaha I showed in the last video. Same rosette configuration, completely same fretboard, old rosewood. Very different headstock though, much longer, thinner, and has the old style 3-in-a-line tuners there, which I had to super glue one of these keys back on because it was slipping, but now it's just fine. And again, this was all the same things. Rough fret ends, high action. Saddle is very, very low. This is very close to needing a neck reset. It'll probably never get one because it's not of the value to really spend that kind of money on. There's just enough saddle left to make it playable. It's got all the same dings on it as the Yamaha from the last video. It's almost an equivalent guitar in terms of materials, price, the way it's been treated over the years. This has definitely fallen off a few guitar stands as well. There's nothing really to choose between them. I would say that the Yamaha is slightly better made than this one. It has better binding for one thing, and probably just slightly better woods. But otherwise it's very, very similar, probably similar price. In this condition, you can get these probably, if you're lucky, around 50, and then up to 100 depending on the condition of them. Dreadnought style, of course, and a lot of the Aria models have the AW prefix, just like the Yamaha have the FD. So you find a lot of AW models with Aria. Yeah, again, not much more to say about this. Very, very decent guitar. Easily put back together, can be serviceable. I'm going to put both these guitars from the last two videos with a gig bag and find a home for them, because they're very, very decent starter guitars, or even, you know, somebody's sort of camping / beach guitar, second guitar you leave on your guitar stand and don't have to worry about, obviously, from these dings. But yeah, these are just good old Japanese branded guitars. They're probably not made in Japan. I don't think they're quite old enough, actually, either one of them, even though I can't find dates anywhere on these instruments. They look around 80s, mid-80s production. It's possible this could be a 70s model, but I think it's somewhere around the 80s, as is the Yamaha. The Yamaha might be a 90s model, actually, with that numbering. Yeah, so these are both excellent guitars, Dreadnought guitars, the kind that you run across hopefully for a decent price, and you can do a good setup on it, make a good playing guitar out of them. Plenty of life left. Very reliable, both these companies. They both make entry-level and higher-end guitars, so very, very decent. Alright folks, I know these are quick, sharp videos. I'm just showing you these because I don't think I've actually showed you either of these models, although I've showed you a few Arias and a few Yamahas over the years. I hope these two are relatively new examples to this channel. If not, a good reminder about, you know, the quality of these sort of 80s, 90s era Yamahas and Arias, Ibanez, Alvarez, all of those guitars, very serviceable, very reliable production. So a good reminder of that. Even though I champion a lot of new brands, a lot of exciting, upcoming, unheard of brands, I still pay homage to these good, reliable instrument companies that have been putting out student level, decent quality instruments for many decades. So there you go. This is an Aria AW15 Dreadnought acoustic guitar. See you next time.